Good morning, dear students. It's very long time after we are going to meeting. I think you have already completed your first year syllabus. Now we are going to start our second year classes. From July 1st, it is scheduled to be started the second year classes. So now is the time to start our second year classes. Before going to start our class, we are really very worried about your safety. So I request you to stay safe and remain safe to all your family members. Now is the time, it's very hard time. We are passing through very hard times. It is very alarming situation for the whole world. It is a global problem. We are passing through a very serious pandemic time. It is really shocking that we have lost many of our near and dear ones all over the world. We have lost so many people. After all, it is up to Almighty. So we should not be disheartened and we should start our new life. I request to all the students to remain safe. First of all, I always tell you to remain safe and stay safe. And you remain safe and your all family members remain safe. That is our first priority. So we are not going to take regular classes and we are taking our online classes. Today we are starting our second year classes, English second paper for class 11 and 12. Subject English paper 2, marks distribution 100, grammar 60, composition 40. In our second year syllabus, you have to answer a full course containing 100 marks. 100 marks is divided into two parts. First part composed of grammatical item which contains 60 marks and second part contains 40 marks, total 100 marks. And in the grammatical item there are 12 sections. Each section contains 5 marks, that is 5 into 12 is equal to 60 marks. And in the composition section there are 40 marks. Now I am going to tell you what items will be set in our grammatical item. First of all, in the grammatical items, number 1, fill in the gaps, gap filling activities without clues for article. There are 10 vacancies in the passage. You have to put an article. If there is not needed an article, you will put a cross. In this way, there are 10 gaps and you will fill up the gaps. 10 each gap contains 0.5 marks. That is 5 marks. First item, fill the gaps without clues for article. Number 2, gap filling activities without clues for preposition. In the same way, there are 10 gaps and each gap you will have to put a preposition, applicable preposition in the gaps. 10 vacancies and you will put 10 preposition. Number 3, gap filling with clues. Special uses such as have to, has to, modal auxiliary verb, this kind of vacancies. 10 gaps and you will have to put 10 modal auxiliary verb. Modal auxiliary, you know, have to, has to, would rather, had better, later on, etc. Number 4, completing sentences. Use of conditional phrase and clause. Number 5, use of verbs, like forms of verbs. There are 10 gaps and each gap there is a vacancy and you will have to put the right forms of verb. Next, changing sentences. That is change of voice, change of sentence types, degrees, direct and indirect narration, etc. Narrative style, direct or indirect speech. Next item, pronoun reference. Then use of modifiers, use of sentence connectors, use of synonym and antonyms. Last item, punctuation. In this way, there will be 10 questions and 12 questions. You will have to answer all the questions. Each question contains 5 marks. In this way, you will have to answer 12 questions on grammatical item and 12 questions make 60 marks in the grammatical item. Next portion, composition. There are 40 marks. Composition test items should be formal letter, email, report writing from newspapers, paragraphs based on various items, free writing, descriptive, narrative, persuasive, argumentative. Each paragraph each composition should contain 200 to 150 words. Formal letter, marks 8. Report writing, marks 8. Paragraph writing, marks 10. Free writing, that's composition, 14. Total 40 marks. So, in my first class, I am going to tell you about the marks distribution of second year. Again, I am going to remind you that in the second paper there are 2 sections. One section grammar, second section composition. Grammatical item consists of 60 marks and composition items consist of 40 marks. In the grammatical item there are 60 marks and the composition item 40 marks. In the grammatical portion there are 12 sections. Each section consists of 5 marks. And in the composition, let me write. Okay. Dear students, you go through the syllabus, then start your second year classes. I am again repeating my syllabus. Second year course should be 100 marks. First item grammar 60, composition 40. In the composition section, formal letter marks 8, report writing 8, paragraph writing 10, composition 40. This is 40, total 40 marks. In the grammatical item, first item should be on article. There are 12 vacancies, and in the vacancy you will have to put an article, appropriate article. So in my first class I am going to discuss about article. You know what is article? You know what is article? A and T. Put your appropriate article in the composition. Next, fill in the gaps with clues. Preposition, appropriate preposition. You have to prepare the appropriate preposition. Which preposition is appropriate for a noun or pronoun? Fill in the gaps with clues. That is modal auxiliary verb. You have to prepare modal auxiliary verb. Completing sentences, conditional phrases and clause. You have to know conditional phrases and clause. Then right forms of verb. You have clear idea about the right forms of verb. If you don't have enough idea about verbs, then you feel problem everywhere to solve that second year syllabus. Changing sentences. You have to prepare voice sense, sentence type, that is simple, complex, compound, and degrees. Pronoun, narrative style, narration, that is direct speech and indirect speech. Use of modifiers. We will discuss in the later class. And sentence connectors. Use of pronoun, use of synonym and antonyms. Last item, punctuation. You go through the syllabus. In my next class, we will discuss about article and right forms of verb. So today we will give you the syllabus, idea of syllabus, and you will go through the syllabus. Then you complete. Then you prepare itemized test. Again, I request you, all the students, to stay safe and remain safe. To remain safe, you have to wash your hands every 3 hours with soap and use mask. Always use mask and remain a distance from your companion, at least 1 meter from your companion, and always eat warm water so that you may remain warm. This is the guideline from WHO, World Health Organization, and we all have to abide by the directions of World Health Organization so that we can remain safe. You know, our government and the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, she is trying heart and soul to control the pandemic, and inshallah within few days we shall overcome this situation and we will again come to our normal life. May Allah help us. Thank you.